welcome. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a beaded cherry. And if you make 5 of them, or even 1, you can make yourself a necklace. First, you'll need some wild Fireline, that's about 0.15 millimeters. Then you're going to need a thread zapper to zap those threads, because it works way better than scissors do. And next, you'll need some size 8 check beads, preferably red. You'll also need some size 11 check beads that are in green, and then you're ready to go. And of course, you'll need your needle for beading. First, pick up 3 beads in red, as you can see, and take your needle and go back through the last bead on your thread. In the bio, you can download step-by-step written instructions, and it'll show a little picture of what I did for the first step. Now pick up 1 bead and go directly into the next bead. Do this 3 times. On your 3rd bead, you're going to want to go into the next bead, stepping up into the next row, as you can see here. Feel free to pause the video or slow it down to get a better idea of what I did. Now pick up 2 beads and go into the next raised bead, skipping the one below it. Repeat this for a total of 3 times. Pick up 2 again and skip that one lower bead right there, going into the next raised bead. This is the 3rd and final time. You pick up 2 beads, skip the lower bead, and go into the next raised bead. You're going to want to step up in this action as well. As you can see, I did that right there. I went into 2 beads. Now we are on step 6. So just pick up 1 bead and go into the next bead so that you're in between those 2. Now skip the lower bead and go into the next bead. Now pick up another bead and go into the next bead directly beside that one. Now pick up 1 bead and skip the lower bead, going into the next raised bead. Now you're between 2 beads, so pick up 1 bead and go into the next bead directly beside the bead you just came out of. Pick up another bead, skip the lower bead, and go into the next raised bead, as well as the bead after that, stepping up into the next row. Now to move on to peyote stitch. So pick up 1 bead, go into the next raised bead, pick up another bead, go into the next raised bead, skipping the lower bead. And do this for a total of 6 times, all the way around your little bead berry. Now pick up your last bead, skipping the lower one, going into the next 2 raised beads. You're stepping up into the next row. The peyote stitch that you just did on the previous row, you're going to repeat for a total of 2 more times. So you'll pick up 1 bead again, skip the lower bead, go into the next raised bead, pick up another bead, skip the lower bead, going into the next raised bead, Once you've gone through your 6th raised bead, you're going to want to step up into the next bead directly above it. Then you're going to want to repeat the peyote stitch that you've just done 2 times, one more time, all the way around. Next, pick up 1 bead, skip the lower bead, and go into the next 2 raised beads. As you can see here, I skipped the lower one each time. You'll do this for a total of 3 times, and then you'll step up. On the 3rd time in this row, you want to go through the 2 beads and then a 3rd bead stepping up into the next row. Feel free to pause this moment and see if your berry looks similar. And check that your bead looks the same. For the final step of the berry making process, you're going to want to pull the string through the 3 top beads. And you'll want to go through at least twice, pulling it tight so that your berry closes. Now repeat this step so that you have 2 berries. Take 1 berry and work the string from the top where you closed it up down to the bottom string. Once you've reached the bottom, you'll want to tie the string together and zap it off. Now you'll have 1 berry that is completely stringless. Next, grab your berry with all the strings attached, put the top string on your needle, and pick up 11 green seed beads. Once you have those 11 seed beads on, you're going to want to pick up 9 seed beads on the same string. Now that you have your 9 seed beads on your needle, you're going to want to take the needle and go through the top bead, so the 11th bead, and pull it all the way through, creating a nice little loop. Once you have your little green loop, you're going to want to pick up 11 more seed beads. Now that you have your 11 seed beads on there, you're going to want to pick up your little cherry that has no string on it. Go through any one of the seeds and pull your string tight. Now work your needle through the top of the cherry once or twice, but close to the top, so that you can weave your needle back into the first 11 seed beads of this stem. As you can see here, I'm working my needle back up through the green stem. Next, work your way back through the loop. And down through the next stem, working your way back to the berry with the string on it. Now that you've reached the top of the berry that still has the string on the bottom, you're going to want to work the string down through the berry's beads. Your goal is to reach the bottom string so that you can tie them together and burn off the ends. Once you've reached the bottom, do a fisherman's knot, maybe once, twice, or thrice. Never hurts to be extra secure. These beads are tiny. When they break, they go everywhere. Now grab your zapper and zap those ends off.
Wow!
Now you can make jewelry with these or keychains. Make multiples, just have one, it's up to you. The possibilities are endless, really. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful, and comment below if you want me to make a tutorial on how I made this necklace. Thanks!